and driver show from Radio America. We take 2 shows from the RFD radio network, one at 8 o'clock Saturday mornings and one at 9 o'clock Saturday mornings, and both of them were nothing but staccato. We were on Plan B this morning, and then when I got here about 20 after 9, I switched dishes for the 4th or 5th time. I've lost count now over the last few months, and then it worked just fine. But a continued source of irritation, I can tell you from an ownership standpoint, that we have yet to solve, trying to figure out why all of a sudden, for no reason, we get satellite receiver interference on our dishes, or on our dish, I should say. And then when we switch from one dish to the other, it goes away.
That's an engineer question.
Yeah, that is an engineer question. And believe me, Wayne R. Miller, who I'm sure is listening to us, he's visiting relatives here in Clinton.
I'm sure he's shaking his fist at me right now.
I'm sure he is. And he is just as frustrated about it as we are. But there's little bumps like that along the way. And when we got the tower up, and apparently the transmitters had not been operating at full power for some time.
That was Randy and this WHOW 75th anniversary feature.
It is 10 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast. Brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. If you are an area business or nonprofit interested in being a part of this year's Clinton Area Chamber of Commerce Business Expo, the deadline to register is this week. Janice Peterson indicates those registrations are due this Wednesday for the March 30th event from 4 to 7 p.m. at Clinton High School.
I think we have 40 booths registered so far. We are taking registrations up through next Wednesday, the 15th. Mm-hmm. They can call the chamber office and we will send them an invoice if they want to just call us and say, hey, I want to be there. Mm-hmm. The registration's on our website, mm-hmm. which is clintonilchamber.com. Mm-hmm. It's in our newsletter that went out yesterday. So we've got a lot of different places they can find the registration form. Members are $100, and that includes an 8x8 booth, your table, your drapes, 2 chairs, mm-hmm. electricity, and Wi-Fi.
Peterson indicates the annual paper shred through Heartland Bank will take place again this year. That is a free offering, although there is a limit to how much they will shred. Additionally, the YMCA plans to do a pickleball showcase, and the Clinton High School Thespians will be doing a brief production.
Maybe they're mm-hmm. used to it. They look forward to it. They get to, all these booths have little goodies they can pick up. They have drawings. Mm-hmm. There's just lots of little things that they get to know about. And Clinton's a wonderful little small area. Mm-hmm. You know, we take care of our own. That's sponsored by Heartland Bank. Mm-hmm. It'll be in back of the high school from 4 to 6. Mm-hmm. You're allowed. I have to put that out on our Facebook and on our mm-hmm. Website to be exact. But you can bring out stuff to shred, and there is no charge mm-hmm. to the person that bringing it out. Car dealerships, they're parked in the front of the building as well, so that you can look around and check out some new vehicles. The YMCA is going to do pickleball. And the Clinton Thespians Theater is going to do a performance as well.
Peterson encourages anyone interested in being a part of this year's Expo to contact the chamber this week. Again, the registration deadline is Wednesday. The Chamber Business Expo is Thursday, March 30th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Clinton High School. A wet spring could lead to a wet summer. Ed Shimon at the National Weather Service in Lincoln indicates the outlooks for the spring are showing above normal precipitation trends.
Yeah, there's kind of an unusual, the 3-month outlooks that this climate predictions are put out, they go out a full year. So they'll be April, May, June, July, June, July. So they'll have, staggering forward. And there's above normal temperatures and above normal precip for every 3-month outlook all the way through the August, September, October outlook. So, the first one that has, near normal temperatures and near normal precip is September, October, November. So it could be tilting the balance toward a few more warm periods here all the way through and wet, above normal precipitation. The ground being fully saturated right now, and it might stay that way for a bit.
Given the summer can already be dry, Shimon notes an above normal precipitation trend still will not offer a significant amount of rain.
The precipitation amounts as you head into summer, let's see, May is 4.37 inches of water hitting the ground. June goes 4.16, and in July is 4.91. So you're looking at 4 to 5 inches of water, hitting the ground each month normally. If you start dumping at 6, 7, inches of water on the ground in some of those months, and you're really, oversaturating the soils. As long as there's just the right amount of moisture in the ground when the seeds are germinating, that's the most critical, as I understand it. I'm not a farmer, but I did work on a lot of farms as a kid, but in Wisconsin. So, there's a critical period where when you plant and they germinate, make sure you're not over soaking those seeds so that they don't want to germinate. But once they're germinated and growing, you can sometimes handle a little bit of extra water in the ground and it isn't going to be as impactful. So there's just a window in there, as I understand it, of, the planting season. Let's give us a little bit of drier weather and hope the planting and the germination phase can occur without any kind of hiccups. And then going forward, moisture is usually better to get those plants fully matured, whatnot. So.
Mm-hmm. Shimon indicates it's been many years since he's seen the weather signals we're on pace for this spring and summer. In December 2022, Social Security updated its homepage with a new design to help you find what you're needing more easily. SSA.gov is visited by over 180 million people per year, and it is one of the most important tools for providing efficient and equitable access for Social Security services. Jack Myers with Social Security indicates they serve the number of people who need them, and that greatly outnumbers its representatives.
Yeah, so in December of 2022, we updated our homepage. So, the website address is still the same. It's ssa.gov, but we've just made some changes that we hope will help people find what they need more easily. Our acting commissioner, Kilo Kijikazi, at the time of the update, talked about how our website is visited by over 180 million people per year, and she believes it's one of our most important tools for providing efficient and equitable access to service. So that was really kind of the impetus behind the changes. We're just trying to make it easier for people to find what they're looking for. As people know, we're here to serve the American public, but the number of people who need service from us greatly outnumber the number of us who are working for Social Security. So what the website does is it aims to improve self-service accessibility to what you need most. And the hope there is that a lot of people will be able to find what they need from us through the website, so that our phone lines and our office traffic is kind of freed up for the people who can't do business with us online, because there's always going to be a certain number of people who can't do stuff with us online, and we recognize that and want to make sure that we're getting to those people in a timely fashion. So in some ways, if you go to ssa.gov and you can find what you're looking for there, not only are you doing things more conveniently and efficiently for yourself, but you're also helping out others who really just don't have the ability to.
Just a few of the many things you can do on the Social Security website includes checking eligibility for benefits or saving time on an application for a Social Security card or number. Replacement card applications for an adult can be completed online in most states if you have a driver's license or a state ID. Myers also notes, even if the application cannot be completed online, starting it online makes your experience in the office faster and easier.
Yeah, so we're always adding new features to the website. It's something that's constantly evolving and improving. The look, you'll notice, first off, if you haven't been there in a while, you'll notice it's just a cleaner look. It's less cluttered, I think. So some of the things that you can do on the website, you can check your eligibility for benefits. You can save time on an application for a Social Security number or card. That's really been streamlined. So there's kind of a decision tree, kind of if you're looking to apply for a replacement card or you need to change something. That's really probably, I think, one of the coolest things that's changed recently. So if you're in need of a Social Security number, check that out. But there's all kinds of stuff you can do on the ssa.gov website. If you haven't been there in a while, check it out, because I think you might find something that's useful to you.
Many Social Security services can be enhanced by or will need to be used in conjunction with your personal My Social Security account. Check out the redesigned redesigned homepage at ssa.gov. News time is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday. We've got plenty more coming your way on the WHOW Morning Show.
If you think a new or used car is in your future, the time is now to call the Baum Chevrolet Buick sales team here in Clinton or Farmer City. This is Scott Baum. With a professional sales consultant in your corner, the vehicle search is easy. Meet with our sales team to go over your wants and needs. We'll start the search and do all the legwork for you. With so many models and options to choose from, we can help you get the information you need. BaumChevyBuick.com. Right from the start.
News time is 19 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Monday. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast streaming to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. March is Severe Weather Preparedness Month. Severe weather in Illinois ranges from blizzards and ice to tornadoes and flooding. That's why it's important to be prepared, says State Emergency Management Agency spokesperson Kevin Sir.
Whether it's having your weather radio prepared and ready to go, having flashlights with extra batteries, or even better yet, having your emergency kit ready at your door with food and supplies and water for at least 3 days for you and your family.
Sir also recommends keeping all important records and documents in a secure waterproof container and making an inventory of your possessions.
We also want to make sure that people keep their important documents and records in a secure waterproof container. I also encourage people to make sure they have a coordinated location that all of your closest family can meet in case they have to evacuate outside of the area.
Sir also says it's important to insure your property and possessions because just 1 inch of water can cause $25,000 worth of damage in your home. Finding Illinois soil samples that go back to 1899 has led to the Illinois Centennial Soil Archive Project. Julie Hewitt is with the National Nutrient Research and Education Council.
You know, this is one of the things that we're really excited about. We're working with Dr. Andrew Margonaut at the University of Illinois, and using funding from NREC, he is actually going out with his team and resampling soils that were first surveyed, some of them going back as far as 1899. And this really kind of came from some soil samples that had been archived at the University of Illinois. And, you know, as Andrew was working and with his team thinking about what is the role of legacy nutrients, particularly legacy phosphorus, how have our soils across the state changed over the years? And, you know, being able to go back and have this amazing archive of actual soil that was collected throughout the state, and then being able to find those locations and go back now in, you know, 2023 and resample those soils and just really get a feel for, you know, some of them were sampled up to 120 years ago. Some of them would have been done, you know, in the 80s, but really to just get a better feel for how our soils have changed. And not only, you know, what we know, right, is what happened in the past can help us inform for future decisions. And so to think about, you know, over the years, what that profile has changed, what has happened, and then it also helps us make some decisions about maybe what we can do as we go forward to make sure we're being as efficient as possible with those applications.
The samples come from all parts of Illinois, and information, including a map, is available at illinoisnrec.org. A broad effort to address a shortage of workers in the behavioral health field is underway at the Southern Illinois School of Medicine. The state announced last week $5 million will be used to address the workforce development and training needs of a new generation of healthcare professionals. Illinois Department of Human Services Secretary Grace Ho says there aren't enough workers to meet the needs of the state.
We know from our own stories and we know from the data that Illinois needs to add significant numbers of mental health and substance use prevention and treatment workers to keep pace with the demand for services across a range of behavioral health and wellness concerns. In fact, by 2030, without intervention, we are projected to have a shortfall of more than 3,300 behavioral health providers.
The SIU School of Medicine is located in Springfield. An Illinois lawmaker is teaming up with Democrats nationwide to oppose a proposed national sales tax. The congressional resolution, spearheaded by Illinois Congressman Eric Sorensen, looks to roll back a proposed 30% tax on taxable purchases proposed by Republicans. The freshman lawmaker says the proposed measure from Republicans is extreme.
Yeah, I mean, what is going on now is it's an argument over or how we fund the government. And what we need to make sure that we're doing is not only that Congress and the United States federal government is living within its means, and I think that's a different discussion as we talk about the budget that we released today. But some extreme Republicans on the other side of the aisle that are completely out of step from the moderate Republicans that are within their caucus have introduced an idea that we could raise the sales tax on everything that we buy by 30%, and that would fund the federal government. But the problem that I see here is we've already got folks that are struggling to make ends meet. And that's not ideological. I hear that. Those are real people that call our office. And so it's standing in disapproval of this resolution that would raise the sales tax 30%. And I had a question by a journalist yesterday. Well, why are you doing this? Isn't this premature? And my answer is no. We have to make sure that we're fighting for the people, that we're keeping the costs down, that we're doing everything on Capitol Hill to lower the costs of almost everything.
Congressman Sorensen is joining other freshman lawmakers, Wiley Nickel from North Carolina and Brittany Pedersen from Colorado. In January, House Republicans introduced the Fair Tax Act that Democratic lawmakers say would increase the tax rate by 30%. The Ag Secretary Friday announced the first round of grant awards associated with programs designed to increase domestic fertilizer and inputs. Rod Bain report. "2023 has begun with a big ag export sales month." Gary Crawford has this report. What were the notable news items within the USDA's look at the crop production forecasts and global commodity supply and demand estimates? Rod Bain has the answer. 29 minutes after the hour is news time on this Monday. Coverage of news is brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news on the way. Follow